This is Jets at Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
It's a fiery episode of Jets at Noon. It's also Free for All Friday, 204-780-6868. Fill up the phone lines. Get your thoughts on whatever you want to talk about as we are now in a wild and crazy day here because Jim's not here.
What does Jim do? Free for all!
Free for all! Tyson Ruicki's here in for Jim Toth. 204-780-6868. Jets at Noon is brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line to win a VIP car wash from my good friends at Wash Method. 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program as we're coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio. For gourmet pizza and pasta, bring the team to Boston Pizza. This just coming down the pipe there, Tyson. The NHL and NHL Players Association have agreed to extend the collective bargaining agreement.
No lockout.
Woo! No lockout, no. So, labor peace for 5 years. That's what it is. So, and there's also lots of stuff extending the regular season to 84 games. The maximum that you'll be allowed to sign a player now is if it's your team is 7. It'll be 6. If you're signing somebody that's not on your roster, so that's being reduced. They're filling the LTIR loophole that teams have been taking advantage of. You're gonna have to be cap compliant into the playoffs. But other than that, we'll see as more information comes out, and if there's anything else noteworthy here, as well as we talk about the CBA. But Tyson, yeah, there's lots going on.
Yeah.
Lots going on.
That's a good sign, though, of a healthy league, too, right? Like, not getting too into the...
Well, yeah.
Not too much tensions. You don't hear about it too much. It was just like, this is going to get done, and it got done.
Marty Walsh and Bettman in the league seemed like... And Marty Walsh, the executive director of the NHL Players Association, they always seemed like it seemed from the beginning that there was a lot of... They were cordial. They seemed like they were on friendly terms. Not to say one side walked over the other... but there seemed like that there was always like, listen, we want to get this done. When in the past, when like a guy like Donald Fear was the executive director there, it seemed like things were combative, and it was like we're going to the mat, and certain players were very loud on social media. One guy in particular, I think, referred to NHL players and immediately lost all credibility as like cows or something, like farm animals. And
it was a wild time.
Yeah,
that feels so long ago.
It was.
But we're here. We got hockey.
We're here now. There's
the draft.
And there's tons of stuff coming down the pipe, too, as well. John Tavares has a new 4-year deal with the Maple Leafs. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, that just coming in. John Tavares has re-signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs, a 4-year deal with a cap hit of $4.38 million.
It's pretty good.
Trent Frederick, of course, got his. He secured the biggest bag of his life, and probably more than... he probably ever thought possible with a $3.85 million per year deal over 8 years with the Edmonton Oilers. Jamie Benn as well, signing a heavy bonus-laden contract for 1 year with a salary cap hit of $1 million. But Jamie Benn's going to be staying in Dallas, but the deal can be worth up to $4 million if Ben hits all of his bonuses. So those are some signings coming down the pipe. Hopefully there's some more, and we'll discuss them and discuss those further as things go on. But hey, it's Free for All Friday. Text the show 204-780-6868, 204-780-6868. We also take callers like Wick. Hey, Wick, welcome to the show. What's going on, dude?
Hey, guys, just sitting here sipping on some lake water.
Yeah. Lake water.
Yum.
Good old algae.
It sits well in the gut.
Yeah. I think a catfish pooped in that. Well, go ahead.
No, this is Lake of the Woods stuff.
Oh, yeah, you know the good stuff, Wink. What's going on, dude?
Okay, tonight's draft, if the Jets aren't going to try to package that pick, they gotta go after a defenseman.
Yeah.
I think if they don't package, try to move up and grab one of these studs like a Fiddler or something, because there's nothing in the pipeline for D-man for the Jets other than, what's his name, Solmonson?
Yeah, there's Elias Solomonson and then Alphonse Frey, who did sign an entry-level deal recently, but the idea is he's probably going to go back to Europe to play next year. And he's not going to be with the Moose, so there's a number of years in between. Wick, and I've said this on the show, and I trust Kevin Cheveldayoff profusely on this. If he feels like taking using the pick at 28 to add to the team's draft capital, I feel like that was the best course of action. That was the best move on the table. But I still feel like it's a disappointment if the Jets pick at 28. I'm hoping that it can be part of something today that can make this team better next season.
It's just tough because they don't have too many of those additional assets to really kind of package up to move up in the draft or to move the pick for some immediate help too, and you're not going to really subtract from the roster too much, right? Like, I don't think the Jets are really looking to take away pieces.
Yeah, you're not going to move an Alex Iafallo or something like that. No, you're going to keep a guy like that. So it would have to be to a team where you see a guy like an RFA or somebody that's without a contract that you see as somebody that could potentially be a big part of this organization. Go ahead, Wick.
Just a comment on Toews. You know what? If he was coming in here like the old Jonathan Toews, pencil in as the second line center, money well spent. But if he's here, like, you're rolling the dice. If he's a bottom six, I think it's kind of going to be a bust. Like, it sounds great, right? Coming back home, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well, Wick, you know what? He's going to speak. I don't know exactly when he's going to talk. I know it's not going to be around July 1st. It'll be after that. I'm not sure the exact date. But I'm looking forward to hearing from him. Right. And I think a lot of the times, like, all we can kind of do, Wick, is we can kind of have this conversation about, like, is he going to be a second line center? Is he just going to be a guy that's on the fourth line? He's going to come in as a face-off role. Yeah, sure. But I think we got to hear from him. And I think as soon as we hear from him, I think we'll have a good gauge on what's actually up here. And Kevin Cheveldayoff, you know, he didn't, I wouldn't necessarily say yesterday when he spoke pre-draft was he tempered expectations, but he perhaps put a good perspective on it. Like, listen, this guy's coming in. He's excited. He's got all feet in. He's ready to go here on this team. And he didn't put him in any boxes of what the expectation is for Jonathan Toews. So I hope everybody else has those ideas.
Hot off the press, Appleton did sign in the Mexican League.
We did. Thanks for that, Wick. I appreciate that. Thanks for that inside info.
Okay. Thanks, Wick.
Thanks, Wick. Yeah, bye-bye.
Wick also brought up a really good name there in the draft about Blake Fiddler.
Yeah,
son of former NHLer Vernon Fiddler. He's got some nice tools, and he could be a guy that's available at 28.
Yeah, you got a draft. You did a great list here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I actually have Blake Fiddler at my number 3 for potential name.
Okay, let's start from the top. Okay, let's go from number 1.
Number 1, this guy's my absolute favorite draft prospect in the draft this year. He's been in some mock drafts where he's taken at 17 to Montreal, some where he goes all the way to 45. And that guy is Alexander Zhuravsky. He played in the MHL, which is the Junior Russian League. And this guy is just so talented. Like, if people like watching prospect highlight tapes, he's the guy. You
think he's going to go before Schaefer?
No chance.
Okay, so you think he's number 2 though?
No, I think he's going to be. He could very easily be available at 28.
Oh, at 28. Okay.
Yeah, he's just so. He's so dynamic, and he absolutely lit up the Russian Junior League towards the second half of the year. He's got some skating concerns, some competitive concerns with the competition he's playing, but he's a fun player, and he could be that Nick Ehlers replacement if he does leave in free agency.
Okay.
My number 2, some Jets fans might not like this, but Joshua Ravensbergen, the goaltender. He's been available around that. He might even drop out of the second or out of the first round, but he's projected to be the first goalie taken. He's got Connor Hellebuyck 2.0 vibes. And you can never have enough goalies in the system. And if he pans out and Connor Hellebuck's still in his prime, well, then you have a premium trade asset. So I like him there.
You like that, eh?
Number 3, Blake Fiddler. We did just mention him. A nice, rangy, toolsy defenseman. He's not going to light up the score sheet, but he'll be a solid second pair defenseman in my eyes. That's his projection, at least. And then at number 4, I just want to mention him because I love this prospect too. Bill Zonin. He played in the queue this year for Rouen Noranda, and he's just a really, really fun player too. He works his butt off. He's put up a ton of points on a team that wasn't great, but he kind of led the way as a 17-year-old. So he's a guy that I also like for the Jets at around 28. And he also played a little bit of center, played more so on the wing, but he does have that kind of versatility.
So you think these are guys that could be available to the Jets at 28? And you think that they should be? You think that it's more valuable to keep this pick?
I honestly am in the camp of trading down.
Yeah,
I like the idea of trading down.
So you think it should be? You think they should maybe pick twice in the second because they don't have a second round pick?
Yeah, I would like to see. Then there's a couple teams. There's Philly that's got 3 second round picks. Calgary's got a bunch of picks. Nashville has a bunch of picks. there's some teams there that might be looking to get back into the first round and just make one more pick before the round ends.
Yeah.
And there I could just see grabbing a second round pick that's early in the second and then grabbing one that's in the later rounds or later portion of the second round. And there you go.
I wouldn't be against that because at 28, especially with how some people are talking about this draft, you're essentially taking a flyer out on quite a few of these guys, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of intuition. It's going to be scouting. It's going to be, what did you see? Where do you see this guy going in his career? Because the idea is sort of after that top 5, it could potentially go a little wild. And so maybe those guys that you think are first round picks might fall to you if you're going to, take earlier middle round, second round picks. That might be the best. That might be the best course of action. Let's take a break. Let's come back on the other side. Hey, it's Free for All Friday. We got some callers on the line. If you are on the line right now, do not go anywhere. We'll also squeeze in a couple of text messages if we have time. Going to give away that VIP car wash from my good friends at Wash Method, located down at 690 St. Anne's Road. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780. Dig into the for gourmet pizza, pasta. Bring the team to Boston Pizza as well, because that's always a delicious option. And while you're at it, coming for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza, get a delicious main, side, and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller to the Jets at Noon hotline, I have that caller right now, I'm looking at it, is going to be winning that $50 gift certificate to Boston Pizza. If you're on the line, don't go anywhere. Keep filling up with text messages, 204-780-6868. We'll be right back. Free for All Friday.
Free for all.
Crazy news going on in the NHL.
Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
Free for All Friday here on Jets at Noon. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Coming for lunch every weekday to Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main, side, and ice cold drink for only $15 only at BP. The number one caller later today will be awarded a $50 gift certificate to Boston Pizza. Jay, you're on the line. Hey, Jay, welcome to Free for All Friday.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good.
Jay.
What's going on, dude?
I just want to make a quick comment about Jonathan Toews. I tell my dad he's listening right now. He'll know in training camp whether he can take a hit, right?
Yeah.
He's coming for his job. Listen, you're in an NHL training camp. The guy apparently skating in Arizona. He's going to come here, as Cheveldayoff said the other day. But he'll know in training camp, guess what? He'll get hit. But Jonathan Toews is going to be in wicked shape. He's always been in wicked shape. So for anybody that's saying that he's not going to be in great shape, he hasn't played for 2 years, whoa. I think it's an unbelievable move, and we have nothing to lose. And I agree with Cam, you're not going to like this. I agree with Jim Toth. You got absolutely nothing to lose with this.
Did I say that they had something to lose?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
But they have nothing to lose as the Jets, right?
Jay, can I say I agree with you?
Yeah, thank you. But like I said, I think, and look at all the teams that wanted him. He could have went anywhere, right?
Yeah,
and he chose here. So,
Yeah.
He'll know in training camp, but he'll be in the lineup because he's going to be in the best shape of his life, and apparently he looks fantastic. That's what do they call it? The insiders. So
Is this the
for
best?
that's worth. And my buddy Glenn, if you're listening, Appleton, yeah, he always says he goes in the corner with a dozen eggs and he won't break one, but he won't be there either. So anyways, boys, I just wanted to make a comment, and thanks, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jay.
Thanks.
Appreciate the call. Really do.
Is that the best free agent signing in Jets history? It's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird one, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking about like July 1st, probably Laurent Brossoit or
Steve Mason.
Steve Mason. Laurent Brossoit or Frenchie.
Yeah,
Mathieu Perreault he's got to be up there too. He was a good member of the Jets for a long time. Hey, Alan sent this text message. He says, if Nikolaj Ehlers ends up going to free agency, Darren Dreger says there might be some interest in Brock Boeser.
Ooh.
We'll discuss that after this. Jets at Noon, brought to you by Wash Method Car Wash, 690 St. Anne's Road. VIP take on the text line and win a VIP car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 204-780-6868. We'll announce the winner later in the program as we're coming at you live from the Boston Pizza Studio for gourmet pizza and pasta, bringing the team to Boston Pizza. We'll get to some calls in just 1 second, but I want to read this out. This is from @Puck Report NHL. Bettman was asked about white jerseys at home, which is not in the CBA Bettman says it's a question of preference for the clubs. I don't know that there's any immediate demand on a club-wide basis to make a change. I wonder if this came up from the Jets. I'm a proponent for this. I think the Jets, I think they should be allowed in the playoffs to wear white.
Just let them do what they want.
Yeah, I let the Jets wear white in the playoffs. I don't understand why the league is dictating that.
Yeah.
It's just let them wear white.
If they want to do it for the whole series, then let them do it.
And if a team wants to wear white at home, well then let them wear white. Like I don't understand the restriction on this. I just think there needs to be more fluency. Things need to be more fluid. And why can't a team that, if the Blackhawks are in town, why can't they wear their red jerseys and the Jets wear blue? I mean, we just went through the Four Nations face-off and they were playing. Everyone was playing with, Canada was wearing red and States was wearing blue and everything was fine. Nobody thought anything about it.
Just let the what the NBA does. The home team picks what they want to wear that game, and as long as it's not clashing with the other team's jerseys, then go for it.
If they're both wearing blue, then let's not do that. Cooler. Like there can be some common sense here that prevails.
Yeah, we don't have to be the home team gets to dictate. Well, we want black on black.
Yeah, this isn't spring training in Florida where both teams are wearing gray pants and dark blue.
Couple sweats
jerseys. Yeah, it's like, come on, like that. I find that annoying when baseball does that. Yeah. But Steven, welcome to the show. Thanks for waiting. What's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. With all the talk about Nick Ehlers and his potential signing, I know some numbers are being thrown about as what the Jets might afford. Yeah, and I've heard numbers up to like $9 million that some team might throw that his way.
I've heard the same thing, Steven.
I want to know what then happens to Kyle Connor's contract and what his number might go to? Because I know you guys have discussed him being the highest paid Jet at $9.5. If Ehlers pulls out $9 million, are we not talking possibly 12 for Connor?
Well, I saw Kyle.
Would it benefit the Jets to get him signed earlier than later to avoid the escalation?
Well, yeah, I think they should sign him in next month, as soon as possible. I think as soon as you can get this done, I think the better. With Kyle Connor, I saw his estimated value at $11 million. That's what I saw, like the guys who do the analytics and they crunch the numbers. Kyle Connor's estimated value right now is 11. Now, I've seen these estimated values for many years now, and for the most part, not every case, but in most cases, the Winnipeg Jets are able to sign their players for significantly lower than that estimated value. Okay? So I think it's going to be about 9.5 to 10. That's where I think they're going to get Kyle Connors. I think he's going to be the highest paid player on the team for sure. And yeah, I think that's where Kyle Connor is going to end up landing. And when you spend that kind of money on Kyle Connor, I don't know. I just don't think Nick Ehlers is going to he's going to get $9 million with this organization. I just don't.
No, you got to give.
I've seen stranger things on free agency days, though. And again, it's 31 other GMs you got to fight against, not just your own guy.
Yeah, and listen, with these projections that the cap is going to be whatever it is going to be in 2 or 3 years, there's probably going to be one general manager that just goes and ruins it for everybody and totally overvalues a player, and then all of a sudden that's the new market. But we'll wait and see what happens. Steven, I appreciate the call. Thanks for waiting too.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Take care. Let's go to Carrie. Hey, Carrie, what's up?
Not so much. How are you guys?
I'm good, Carrie. What's going on?
Good. Hey, my thought on this Jonathan Toews signing and announcing so early is that we're in for a big surprise July 1st. I think that was announced so far before, just so free agents know who's here.
I agree with you, Carrie. I think that's a great point. I think that's totally a great point.
I think that's the only reason they announced it beforehand, and instead of waiting right till July 1st, is now Ehlers thinks, hey, can I play with Toews and Perfetti? Does Patrick Kane think, hey, can I reunite with Mr. Toews? Like, I just think Cheveldayoff and Chipman did this the right way, announcing it early to bring in, I think, a big player on July 1st.
Well, even Darren Dreger said it. He said that was kind of part of the pitch to Ehlers, that you'd be playing with Jonathan Toews, and you're not just going to pull that out of your rear end and then say, like, well, without any kind of basis. Like, the Jets know that Jonathan Toews has a lot of pull in this league. Yeah. And there's going to be guys who want to play with them, so it is a great point. Yeah,
and Dreger also coming out saying Brock Boeser. I mean, he's going to be a guy, and Boeser says he's open to all options. He's not discounting the Winnipeg Jets according to some of these reports. So, I mean, Brock Boeser is a guy that I think if you do end up losing Ehlers here, Boeser is a guy who can fill that role. There's no doubt about it.
Both UND boys.
Yeah.
I think.
Boeser and Toews. Yeah,
Boeser comes in. It's quite smooth transition with Toews. I think you know what? I just think everyone doubts Cheveldayoff and the things he does. The Jets do things for a purpose, and this was one of them, and I think we'll reap the benefit on July 1st.
That would be nice. Gary, do you want a car wash from our good friends at Wash Method, 690 St. Anne's Road?
You know what? I'll never say no to a nice car wash.
Well, it's also a ticket to romance, too. I don't know if you hear us talk about, but it is the... it's like the Eiffel Tower here on the prairies, a Wash Method car wash, and it is a one-way ticket to romance.
It's absolutely lovely.
That's what I hear. You know, I see Jim every Friday and Sunday night at soccer, and he tells me about that.
Well, he's screaming it from the rooftops, literally.
Straight from the source.
Carrie, I'm gonna put you on hold, and you're gonna talk to our good friend Jeffrey Forche for producing the show and get you all signed up, okay?
Thanks, guys. Great show. Keep the work up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate that. And let's go to Gary. Hey, Gary, calling from Vancouver. Hey, Gary.
How you doing, guys?
Good. What's going on, dude? Thanks for calling into the show.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love you guys. I love Winnipeg. I do have to say Vancouver Canucks are my number one team, being I was born and raised here.
Fair enough.
Because I'm not from Toronto, so I shouldn't.
Yeah, no. As long as it's not the Oilers, the Flames, the Habs, the Leafs, the Wild, you're okay in my books.
Yeah, and if Saskatchewan got a team, no, not them either.
No, of course not. Exactly. Okay, go ahead, Gary. What's going on?
Anyways, I think that was just a phenomenal signing to pick up Toews, and he's going to make a difference. You guys picked up a couple great guys this year. You should have gone farther. Hellebuck can do it. I have full confidence in him. And to top it off, if you guys take Brock Bezner from us, that is the only team I would like to see him go to is you guys, and he will help you, and you guys will be lifting that cup.
Yeah, I mean, he had a 40-goal season a couple of years ago. I mean, he didn't hit 40 goals. What do you think the issue was? Was it the locker room, the very well-publicized issues in the Vancouver Canucks locker room?
I think so, yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on. And then, of course, as you know, we've got Kane coming in. I'm hoping he's matured enough and won't cause more drama. It's like we've gone from one drama to another. But I think he will be happy to play in Vancouver and will smarten up and help some of the guys. He's got the toughness that's going to protect guys like Quinn Hughes, all those guys that we need. We don't have a tough guy to help. So.
All right. Well, yeah, Brock Boeser. Yeah, I mean, 25 goals, 25 assists, 50 points last year over 75 games. But the year before, over 81 games, he hit 40 goals. So the hope would be for him to come here and hit that again. That's for sure. If he is considering coming to Winnipeg, and if there's going to be a legitimate pitch to make him a part of the Winnipeg Jets.
I don't think it's fair to even kind of look at the Canucks from the past season because there's just so much going on. I think it's not even fair to those players, and even from the upper management, how they said, well, we didn't have the offers that we wanted for Brock Boeser. So you're going to let him walk for nothing?
Yeah.
You're not going to get anything for him? I don't know.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
He's so important to us. He loves it here. He wants to stay. I really think it's a huge mistake that they let him go. But like I say, I would be so happy he goes to Winnipeg. You guys are my number 2 team, and you guys are like a Milla thread away from being my number 1 team. I love you guys. I have fallen in love with Winnipeg, and actually my wife, Tasha, I'll say, hello, I love you, girl. She got me, and we're going to go to the Banjo Bowl, and it's the first time I'm ever going to see a Banjo Bowl, and I can't wait to go deaf in the stadium.
Oh, wow. It's been 7 straight sellouts at Princess Auto Stadium this season.
Make it 8.
You're going to be a part of it, man, dude. It's a place to watch a football game, that's for sure. Thanks a lot, Gary. Appreciate the call.
Yeah. I was going to say I've seen a few games there, and it's the best stadium to watch a game at, and go Bombers and go Jets.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks so much, Gary. Appreciate it. Yeah, you take care. 204-780-6868. Phone lines are open. Taking text messages. There's some big news coming down here right now, Tyson.
Yeah, Kevin Weeks just posted on X, and it says, breaking news, I'm told the New York Islanders are trading defenseman Noah Dobson to the Montreal Canadiens. And that's coming in just literally a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, this also, per Kevin Weeks, Dobson from the Isle to Montreal. The Habs, man, they're making moves.
That's
moves.
I love draft day, man. It's like that. You ever watch the Kevin Costner movie, Draft Day?
No, I have not.
No one went to the guy's birthday party, and he slid down the draft board. I don't have too much else to take away from that movie, but it's an interesting flip.
There's a lot of reasons why people do the things that they do. That's for sure. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's nice to see that Dobson's not coming to the Central Division to you, because there's a lot of rumors about maybe Utah,
Columbus as well,
sending that 4th overall pick potentially. I'm really interested to see what this package looks like.
Is Utah a playoff team this year?
Man,
they're getting awful close, man, to being a really good hockey team.
Ryan Smith is running that team, and Armstrong as well. But Ryan Smith, the owner, is really, that's what you want out of an owner of a new team, especially a team that's been through the history that they have with the Coyotes. And these aren't your Coyotes. Utah is not the Mammoth, or not the Coyotes. I take a Mammoth every day over a Coyote.
Winnipeg Jets 1.0 now in Salt Lake City. Who saw that coming? This texter says, Joe from Winnipeg says, Tavares just re-signed with Toronto for 4 years. Wow, bad move. Do you think they overpaid?
No. Tavares had 70 points this year. Like he still put up a ton of points. And if anything, I think that's kind of a discount for them.
Yeah, he had 38 goals.
Yeah, like he still got some strides.
He's only 34. You know, he's still, I mean, is he in the, I wouldn't say that 34 is the twilight of your career. In September, he's going to turn 35. But you're still, I think you're still in the tail end of your prime at 34, 35.
Yeah, and 4.5, or it was 4.3 million?
Yes.
I mean, that's
4.38.
That's third line center money. Now with the cap going up, like to me, that's a steal for them. And that leaves the opportunity for them to go after and maybe get a Brad Marchand, maybe get another defenseman. I hope that they don't get Brad Marchand, though.
Daryl says, I'm flabbergasted a sports guy's not seen draft day. Daryl, I'm not a big NFL guy. So like an NFL draft thing is just, that's not like, I'm not clamoring to see something like, and I admit, I used to be a massive NFL fan. When I was growing up, we had Sunday Ticket, watching with my dad and my brothers every single Sunday. I had to curl, so we would miss the first half of the early games. So as soon as it was done, we'd race home and we'd catch the second half of all the games, and we'd flip back and forth in between. So I used to be a big NFL fan, but I don't know, and I can't pinpoint the moment when I stopped following the NFL. Now, you know what? I used to be a massive Buffalo Bills fan. I still cheer for the Bills. I cheer for the Minnesota Vikings too as well. But I like the playoffs, and I watch the playoffs as a fan. I'm not emotionally invested like I used to be. And So Daryl, I mean, I get the flabbergastionness that you threw at me. I'm just making up a word there. But like an NFL draft movie is not. It's not like, oh, I gotta watch that.
You went through the dark ages of Tyrod Taylor on the Bills, and now that they're great, I don't want a part of it.
Yeah, like listen, the amount of people they say, I like Tyrod Taylor. It's just like, dude, you're never gonna win anything with that guy.
He's doing great now, though.
There was a slew.
He was. I had a soft spot for him, but
okay, soft spot. Where did he get the Bills? Didn't get him anywhere. It killed my fandom. Let's take a break. Let's come back on the other side. We'll continue the discussion here on Free For All Friday, 204-780-6868. This texter says, any truth to the rumor Patrick Kane joining his buddy Toews in the peg? No. That is as far as I consider a rumor. There's no validity to it or anything.
The hot stove is heating up.
Yeah, so don't listen. That very well might happen. Listen, it very well might happen, but as of right now, there's no truth to any of those rumors, as far as I'm concerned. Download the Jets at Noon podcast free now on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you find your favorite podcasts, with exclusive Jets talking content only found there, and take Jets at Noon wherever you go and continue the conversation whenever you want. Hey, we're going to give away that $50 gift certificate to Boston Pizza when we come back, as we play the best call from the Jets at Noon hotline, open 24/7. We'll get to that when we come back.
Jets at Noon with Cameron Poitras and Jim Toth on 680 CJOB.
So this Noah Dobson, the details are just coming out. He signs an 8-year deal with the Habs after being acquired for $9.5 million. The 25-year-old cashing in. What has not been reported yet is what the Habs have sent back to the Islanders. So we're waiting on that piece of information. It's believed it's going to be 23-year-old Emil Heinman, and both Montreal picks 16th and 17th are part of this, waiting for the official word. So that information is just coming out.
That doesn't seem
like
like
it's happening.
That doesn't seem like a crazy amount for a 25-year-old, 26-year-old top D-man. You know what I mean? Like two mid-firsts and a decent prospect.
I get why Montreal is doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, Islanders, now you got a lot of ammo. That's a team to keep an eye on, because now that they have the 16 and 17 pick, they might look to trade up because they want the Long Island boy James Higgins too.
I'll tell you this right now: the Habs are going. We made the playoffs, and we're going to make it. We're not leaving. That's our spot.
I'm not leaving.
We're sticking around. Hey, welcome to the show. Of course, happy to. And if you missed your chance, get your thoughts on the show today. Call the Boston Pizza Jets at noon hotline, open 24/7, 204-780-6800. Coming for lunch every weekday on Boston Pizza. Get a delicious main, side, and ice cold drink for only $15. Only at BP. The number one caller will be awarded a $50 gift certificate to Boston Pizza on Friday. And that caller this week was from Mike.
Hi, Jim, Cam. I can't believe everybody's so excited to have another player come to Winnipeg at 37 years old. Was the Jets going to turn into the retirement home for NHL players or what? Like, this is ridiculous. If you didn't watch the Stanley Cup final and see what it takes to win with a team like the Florida Panthers, bringing in a 37-year-old is actually going backwards, not forward. Thanks. This is Mike.
Well, thanks for that call, Mike. Hey, like we take calls of all kind. And actually, when I called Mike and let him know that he won, we had a really nice discussion. So, Mike, I appreciated the conversation that we had. I disagree with you on this one.
Yes.
Look at what Brad Marchand was able to do. Look at what Corey Perry was able to do these playoffs. I would not discount somebody that is driven at that age.
If there's anyone that knows what it takes to win, it's Jonathan Toews.
Yeah. So, and listen. Just because of one player at this age, they did. I don't see them making we're going to sign all the old guys. Hey, maybe these rumors. Ooh, Patrick Kane. Texter said, "Make it happen, Captain."
Showtime in Winnipeg.
I don't know. Who knows? I'm back on Wednesday. Everybody have a wonderful Canada Day long weekend. If you got to work on Monday, sorry, I'm off. See ya.